Salute everyone. Salute, salute. Knicks Real Talk. Post game follow up, man. Knicks follow up. Knicks Real Talk, man. I'm here, man, to bring you some recap of the game. Knicks and Grizzlies at World Most Famous Arena last night. Clash of the draft class, man. RJ Barrett, John Morant, Knicks and Grizzlies at the World Most Famous Arena last night. Knicks fall 120 to 108. Tough for a game, but in results we took the L, man. Defense didn't have it last night. So we're gonna get into it, man. I'm gonna break it down and go through all the things and just see what's popping. So salute to everybody. I'm glad y'all in here, man, checking out the vid. But yeah, man, Knicks had a hard fought game, but our defense didn't come to the forefront last night. We gave up 120 points, and we took the L, 120-108, 35 points in the first quarter. Defense just didn't have it last night. Couldn't stop when we need to stop them. We played hard, but we didn't play hard enough. We contained John Morant much as we can. He only scored 23 points on 9 and 27 shooting. That wasn't the problem. Good job by RJ Barrett, playing him, making it hard on him. I got to give Tibbs credit for putting him on RJ Barrett on him in the game. That was a smart move by him, so I got to give him credit for that. But other than that, man, Evan Fournier had a great game, 30 points. Julius Randle, 18 points, one assist away from a triple-double. Mitchell Robinson had an awesome game, 14-11, 8 block shots. Like I said, Fournier had 30. RJ was doing his thing, had 23. Played a good defensive game, but the bench didn't have it that much at all. Quickly had 11 points off the bench, and that's pretty much what it was, man. Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies had a great game, 26 points, was shooting good from the three-point line. Desmond Bane had hit some good shots, and Zaire Williamson was knocking him down. We couldn't contain him. So I think overall, man, we lost the game on the defense end last night. We just didn't come to play 100% on the defense, and giving up 35 points in the first quarter, which has been our Achilles heel for the whole season. Letting the team come out there and get a lead on us, that we got to struggle to get back in the game, and it just ran its ugly head. And a lot of our losses is because of that reason. We scored a 108 tonight. But when you give up 120, not normally that's going to happen. And I just think our defense has been a problem in the first quarter this year. So I think that was what it really boiled down to tonight. Defense just didn't have it. We didn't shoot the ball well from the three-point line. We only shot like 33%. They shot 41. It was one of the tough nights, like 15 turnovers. So, we played, but we didn't play well enough. We competed. We had a crowd behind us, but we just didn't have enough, man, at the end. Them guys came and played hard, and they had critical positions at the critical time, and they knocked down some timely shots. Seemed like every time we made a run, they wouldn't let us get past it. They extended. And I think that's what happened tonight. Our defense just didn't have it the way we needed it to be tonight. So we took the L tonight, man, 120 to 108. Now we got to just brush it off and move on to the next one. We headed out to L.A. On the West Coast, starting in L.A. on Saturday against the Lakers. So we got to try to bounce back and get that win. We need in the worst way. We're 24-28, 4 games under 500. The season's moving along, man. We got 30 games left. So, we're going to have to find a way to turn this thing around, see if we can get back up ahead to compete to get into the play-in. It's the only way out right now. We're not going to be consistent with the winning. We really need them to have a big turnaround. And I think it starts by making a little lineup switch here and there. I think Kemba Walker just don't have it right now for the Knicks. I just think that's just a problem right there for us, man. So I think we got to find a way to rectify that point guard problem until Derrick Rose get back. We miss Derrick Rose a ton. He brings a lot to the table for the Knicks. He strengthens the second unit. He keeps the second unit in control. So we need guys like Derrick Rose back, man. Nerlens Noel, he's aching and nagging right now. He don't have it. So, them guys who we depended on last year so much is not giving it to us this year. And then obviously, like I said, when the bench unit can ask them to do so much. They 1 minute they got it, 1 minute they don't, because they're young. Obi's young, Quickly's young, Grimes is young. These guys is young, man. So they're not going to always have it every night. That's just the process of learning how to play in the NBA when you're young. And but over in that, man, Alex Burks couldn't really give it to us, on tonight. He's been kind of up and down. So we got to find a way to address a lot of these things, man. And like I said, man, we took an L tonight, but we played harder, we scrapped it. But I do think that we got to start really looking at what we're going to do with this team moving forward. Or are we going to try to compete to get into the playoffs? Or are we going to say that, the season might not go the way we planning to go, and let's go another direction. But but we still going to try to fight to get in this play-in, that we got to definitely take care of the point guard situation, and get a point guard in here who can play some defense and help the Knicks our team on the defense, man. Because like I said, we giving up 35 a quarter. That's our Achilles heel, and it bothers us all year long. It really has. It's been a problem the whole year. So, I mean, Kemba Walker's a great player, did a lot of things in the NBA, savvy veteran, true character, you know, everything like that. But right now, you know, no points tonight for Kemba Walker. You know what I mean? You know, it's just tough. It really is, man. It's tough to see because, you know, we getting killed on that end. You know what I mean? The guard penetration, forcing Mitchell Robinson to extend himself, you know, and that guard penetration is wearing us thin, man. Because every time them cats get in the lane, you know, we got to try to make adjustments, you know, to cover for these guys, and it's starting to wear thin. So we got to work on that, man. I know Evan Fournier, you know, he's not a great defender. He only could do what he could do. But with combination of him and Kemba Walker in the backcourt, just a little tough for the Knicks compared to what we used to. You know what I mean? The grittiness, the griminess, to go hard, the lockdown, not letting your guys get in front of you, doing the things that you need to do to keep a team from scoring. And good as some guys to be our offense, but when you're not getting it on both sides, minus Evan Fournier tonight, which had a great 30-point game tonight. He was knocking them down from all over the place. After Evan Fournier's been playing well the last 3 or 4 games from that side. He's been knocking it down, but I still think that no matter how much you score, if the team outscore you, then it don't matter. You know what I mean? So I do think that we got to find a way to get that defense problem corrected in New York, or Knicks goes nowhere. We go nowhere. You know what I mean? Because you got a team who got the same firepower as you, and but they playing defense and you're not. That's what it normally happen. You know what I mean? John Morant, them they got a good team down there. They came and played hard tonight. They played better they can on the defense end, and their defense was better than ours. And they shot the ball from 3 better than us, 41% from the 3-point line. And that's what I mean by our defense is the problem. We getting hit from the perimeter compared to last year when we was like excellent from the 3-point defense from perspective last year from the 3-point line. This year, it's not happening. You know, so it's tough. It really is tough right now in New York with the defense and everything like that, man. And so we got to figure out how we're going to get this thing resolved. We know we got the trading deadline coming up in around 7 days, 7 to 8 days. So we got to figure out what we're going to do. Or are we going to do anything to bolster this team from a defense standpoint, from a point guard perspective? Or are we going to have to do some lineup switching and get a point guard in there and get somebody in there who could hold us down from an offense and defense standpoint at the beginning of the game? And God, we are getting killed at the beginning of the game. And you know, 35 tonight against Milwaukee, we had 39. You know, we giving up team like every time you look up and you look around, we giving up 30 points in the first quarter. That's a tough pill to swallow because now you're putting a lot of pressure on the guy to get back in the game and try to fight and scrap and claw to get back in the game. And if the other team defense is good, that makes it harder. It makes it harder. So I do think that we have to definitely address that situation, or it's just going to be a long season because you're asking a bunch of young guys and Nerlens Noel, need guys to come and dig us out of holes. You putting pressure on Obi Top and Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes. You putting pressure on these guys to come in the game and save face by getting you out of a hole. And I just think that's not fair to a bunch of young guys like that to put them in that situation where they have to come in and try to clean up because you let the get out of hand. You know, and I think that's hard to do. You know what I mean? Not only Knicks, anybody. So we got to find a way to stay in these games in the first quarter, stay competitive, and make sure that we're not letting teams get out there and get up 10, 15 points. And then that's not the way we play basketball, man. It's tough. It's really tough to do that. You know, because you're exerting a lot of energy trying to get back into the game on offense, that you're trying to hold the other team down because your defense got away from you. And that's just a recipe for the failure. So we got to address that, man. And I know Colin Tibbs probably understand the same thing. He's a defense-minded coach. I know defense is a staple. That's his identity. So right now, you know, compared to last year, that identity is not there. You know, granted, Mitchell Robinson, great game tonight. R.J. Barrett, good job on John Morant. He went 9 for 27. You know, and but what happened was he had 9 assists. The reason why, because Jaren Jackson ran them up. Zion Williamson ran them up. Desmond Bain hit some timely threes. They shot 41 from 3, 16 for 39. That's just tough to deal with. So, you know, and if your defense is not playing on that perimeter like that, they're gonna knock the threes down all day. And that's what happened, you know, and that was the result of the game tonight with that 3-point defense. They only shot 43% from the field. Field goal was 2% wide, but 3% wide, they shot 41. And now pretty much that was the game right there. So we just got to find a way to get it correct the guys and address that situation and get the defense back and see if we can stay in this thing and try to get a run. You know, right now it's looking kind of tough to say we're going to be out of the play-in unless something miraculous happens and we turn around and go like 20-10 or something like that. But other than that, you know, we're gonna be struggling to try to get into the play-in. You know what I mean? And see how it works from there. But hopefully, you know, in the next 7 days, man, they start addressing this thing, and they got 2 days off, man, before they head to LA. You know, Tom Thibodeau will sit down with the team and sit down with Leon Rose and all these guys. This is a important road trip for the Knicks guys. But we can either come back in this thing with a chance to salvage the season, or we can come back off this road trip and the season is over. So it's either this or that, you know. So I think these next 2 days off going to be important for the Knicks to sit down there and just do their due diligence, you know what I mean, and see what they need to do and what they think is best for the team to do. Because as it's presently constructed right now, you know, Kemba Walker can't give it to us at that point guard spot. No points tonight, none. And not a couple of games ago, no points, and that's not the Kemba Walker that we know. You know what I mean? So, and I know it's hard right now, man, during trade season. You got a lot of chatter out there, a lot of buzz, wondering if you're going to stay, wondering if you're going to go, wondering if you're going to be with the team, wondering if you're going to get traded. So I understand the pressure and all that, but sometimes you got to block that out and like it's a business. It's just a business. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's the business of sports. And, you know, everybody goes through that thing, man. So we got to find out how we're going to get it popping. I hope God's not letting it affect them like tonight, man, because I just think that we overall didn't have it tonight, other than a couple of guys. You know, like the first unit had it, the starting unit had it, but the second unit didn't have it. Other than Manuel quickly having 11 points, that was it. That was it. You know, and everybody else was 2, 4. You know, no double-digit scores. And so you know, like I said, you can't ask these young guys to come in every night and be the savior. You can't put that pressure on them. They rookies, they 2-year, they second-year guys. You know, you can't ask them to come in to bail us out on nights like that. So we got to find a way to stay in these games from the beginning to the end for 48 minutes, scrap hard on every play, and try to, you know, and stay in the game and let the veterans, you know, who got that grit to take us there. But you know, our second unit has been playing good for us, man, up all year. You know, everybody's been inconsistent, the whole team, but for the most part, I think our second unit has been playing pretty well for us. You know what I mean? It's just that you can't put that pressure on them. You know, we want to see them guys come in the game with the lead, at least close, so they, you know, they're not putting the pressure on them guys to try to just get us back in the games. You just want them to be able to come in there and free flow and play basketball and say, you know what, the team got a lead while we came in. Let's keep the lead. Or if they tie, let's kind of keep it around so when they come back in, they get their second win and they can get it popping. And I just think that way it got to be, man. We got to do some lineup switching here at that point guard spot. I think Kemba Walker right now is the elephant in the room for the Knicks. And, you know, I'm going to have to say that, man, with respect for him. But he is the elephant in the room right now because he don't have it on the defense end. His offense is not there right now. He could be going in the slump as well. I understand it. People go through it. They slump. They go through things. But the defense side of the ball, you shouldn't be slumping on that side. So the numbers don't lie. You know, I mean, 35 points in the first quarter. Every now and then we get about 30 in the first quarter. And 29 and 28 in the second, 60 points at the half. You know, that then you ask our team if they're not flowing right now offensively to try to get back in that game, man. I don't think that's the way we got to do it in New York, man. So we definitely got to think about it. Like I said, the trading deadline coming up. You got a lot of chatter out there talking about what guys can come in here and possibly help this team try to make a run if they're going to make a run. Or if not, then you know what? You got to start developing these young guys, give them they burn, let them get out there and learn on the fly. So this is an important trip coming, guys. This West Coast trip can tell you a lot when we come back. Where we're going to be, how far we're going to be out of the spot to get in there, and what we need to do. And believe it or not, we'll be there until the trading deadline. So we have to figure it out, man. You know, it was a tough loss tonight. Guys was trying to play, but they didn't have it. They was better than us. And like I said, they scored 120. We scored 108. They shot better enough from the three-point line. Our guys were scrapping, man. They scrapped a little bit, but not enough. But once we got down 35 in that first half, 35, that was tough. You know, and even though we scored 27, you still gave up 35. That means you came out the gate not defensively sound. So you kind of set the tone by that first quarter, and that's what's the problem with the tone that we are setting in these games coming out of the first quarter is setting the tone for the rest of the game almost. You know, like you got to come out there and try to lock guys down, man. That's just basketball. Don't let them score on you. You know what I mean? And I know we're in a different time and era in the league where everybody's an offense-minded game, but you still got to stop people from scoring. So we got to find a way to correct that before it get too late. But overall, man, it was just a good game, man. I just wanted to bring y'all the recap, man, to follow up and let y'all see what was on my mind about tonight's game and what I seen. But overall, I just seen that the inconsistency, man, on defense. Some guys got it one night, some guys don't. Alex Burks had 21 the other night. Tonight, yeah, you know what I mean? And I think that's was pretty tough right now, that the inconsistency and not be able to maintain in the first quarter. And until we correct that problem, you know, it's gonna look pretty abysmal. But overall, I took a lot of positive out the game tonight. I really did. Like I said, salute to Mitchell Robinson, man. Like I said, that cat was a demon tonight. 14 and 11 with 8 blocks. If Mitchell Robinson wasn't doing what he did in that paint tonight, John Morant probably could have went for 30. Mitchell Robinson, to give him his flowers tonight, he played well. Evan Fournier knocked down 30 points. -4, but he knocked down 30. 8 from 12 from the three-point line. But like I said, guys, our defense is where we're losing at. Jaren Jackson Jr., 26 points. You know, there was a handful. You know what I mean? Bain shot, Zion Williamson, he ran them up, 21 points. Yeah, man was hitting three-corner jump shots all over the place. So we got to get it all corrected. We will. We live to fight another day. Good effort, but just not enough. You know, and like I said, we got to go out to the West Coast and try to salvage this season before it get out of hand. But I'm gonna stay optimistic about it, man. Knicks Real Talk, that's what we do. You know what I mean? No need to be pessimistic about anything. You know, you just got to just stay positive. I hope that they can turn it around before it get out of hand. You know what I mean? And we ain't gonna say it's over till it's over. And but we definitely got to find a way to address that point guard situation, whether it's by what you have on the team now or what you traded for somebody. I think you take that step first, correct that point guard situation, and then you move from there. You know, whether it's Kemba coming off the bench, I don't know what the case may be, or whether you traded for somebody or you cut ties. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm a real advocate of Kemba Walker. He's a good dude, stand-up guy, class guy. You know, great NBA veteran, 10 years, 4-time All-Star, third NBA All-Team. The man can get down when he can get down, but I just think when it comes to the way we need to play, it's just a detriment there. I don't think Kemba Walker fit what we're trying to do because of the defense. You know what I mean? It's not all on Kemba Walker, but he's part of it. You know, when you have him and Fournier, who not great defenders, it just makes it hard on our backcourt. We got guys penetrating in the lane, getting in the middle. Like I said, you look at tonight, one from Mitchell Robinson in that middle tonight with 8 blocks, it could have been a different ball game even more. So, you know, I think the guard penetration is something we got to try to fix and find a way to keep these guys from getting in the lane and penetrating on us the way they're penetrating on us and allowing our guys not to get exhausted by trying to have to cover. So it's a tough task, man. You know what I mean? But it's real talk. Somebody got to put it out there. And it's a lot of positive things that we do, but it's some things that just it's a detriment to what we do. And I think that starts on the defense end. New York Knicks got to get that New York City defense together, or we're not going nowhere. And you could book that because, like I said, if we scoring and the other team scoring, their firepower might be better than ours. You know what I mean? Or their firepower better than ours, it makes for a long night for our team. So, you know, let's keep this thing going, man, and see if we can recap and rebound and try to go out there and get a win. You know what I mean? That's something that we need to do because, like I said, it's getting 30 games left in the season. It's getting shorter and shorter, shrinking and shrinking. This is probably going to be the biggest road trip we had all this year. This West Coast trip right here would tell us whether the Knicks going to be in the play-in or whether they're going home or they're going to turn it around. If we come out this thing with 7 games under 500, it's over because the East is really tough. And even though a lot of teams in the East is losing, but, you know, a lot of teams are starting to catch fire too. So, you know, it's a big schedule coming up, man. Let's hope we can go in there and capitalize and come out there on a plus side. You know, whether 4-1, 5-1, whatever the case may be, or, you know, we need to come out there on a positive side on this road trip. We need to come out on a positive side for sure, because if not, we're going to be singing a different tune. You know, I think that a lot of the hope going to start dwindling, and we're going to do. I think we're just going to accept the fact that we're not going to be able to be there. So let's go out there and hope our guys go out there and get it popping on the West Coast, man, and try to bounce back from the nice game starting Saturday in LA, 8:30. try to go over there, go in LA, go out to California, man, and try to get it popping. You know what I mean? Then we got to go to Utah, you know, things like Denver. So we got some tough games out there, man. But I think our team, if they truly are who we think they are, they respond. They respond. But it starts on the defense side. You know, that's effort. It's just effort. Defense is effort. Sticking to the game plan, holding each other down, having each other's back, man, and just going 48 minutes hard. You got to go hard 48 minutes on the defense side, and the offense will take care of itself. We got some guys who could score the ball. We didn't have a problem on the offense tonight. We scored 108 points. We gave up 120. And at that 35 points in the first quarter, we can't continue that way. So we got to get all that corrected. But I just wanted to bring you out a recap and talk about a few things that I think that's going on with the Knicks that we got to kind of get resolved before it get too late. But stay positive, stay optimistic. Knicks Real Talk, you know we do. It's your man Divine, man, the host with the most. Knicks Real Talk. It's a Knicks follow-up post-game morning show. I see you guys on the next round, man. Y'all have a good one, man. And making sure y'all like and subscribe to the video. Check out the video content on the channel. And let's get it popping, man. I'll see you guys on the next one, man. It's your man Divine, man. I'm out. Peace.